We are live now. Welcome, everyone, to the video companion for the audio podcast of the Special Chronicles Show podcast. This is episode 246 with Stephen and his mom, Claudia, from Bone This Way. And if you want to download the audio podcast when you're walking or driving or whatever you're doing, then you can find us on specialchronicles.com/subscribe and download the audio podcast on Apple Podcasts or Google Play or wherever you listen to your podcast. And here we go. So I'm going to pause the record and then I'll point to you, Stephen, and you can kick the show off.
Hi, my name is Stephen Clark. I'm from Born This Way, and you're listening to the Special Chronicles Show podcast, giving respect and voice to people with special needs.
This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
This episode 246 is brought to you by listeners like you. Please help support us at Special Chronicles with your tax-deductible donation today to help us continue our mission of giving respect and voice to people with special needs. Please go to specialchronicles.com/giving. That's specialchronicles.com/giving. And we thank you for your generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. This week on Special Chronicles, we are joined virtually in studio by our friend Stephen Clark and his mom, Claudia, from the Emmy-winning docuseries Bone This Way is coming up right now on the Special Chronicles Show podcast on specialchronicles.com.
I shudder thinking how the world can be so cruel. I lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we try, it's time we care, it's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
You're listening to the Special Chronicles Show podcast. This is the show where we're podcasting disability or disability stories from an insider's perspective, and we are giving a voice to people with special needs. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome back to the Special Chronicles Show podcast. My name is Daniel. I'm your host and founder of Special Chronicles. We're so good to be back behind the mic, and I feel like that theme song music kind of ended abruptly. I don't know what happened. That's what happened. I was trying to pull something up on the clip, and yeah, let's just go with it. Well, join us. Today's guest on the Special Chronicles Show is Stephen Clark and his mom, Claudia, who are currently starring in season 3 of the Emmy-winning docu-series Bone This Way, airing on the A&E network, with season 3 airing next Tuesday, May 16th, 2017. Welcome to Special Chronicles, Stephen, and I'm Claudia.
Well, thanks. We're glad to be here.
Awesome. And I first heard of you, or I should say, I first saw you, Stephen, when season 1 premiered a couple years ago, and then season 2 aired, and so I'm sure many of our listeners have probably seen you on the show, but for any new listeners, why don't you and your mom introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us about yourself and your family and what disability you were diagnosed with.
Okay, well, I'm Stephen Clark. This is my mom, Claudia Clark. I'm 26 years old. I like sports, playing baseball. I like movies. My favorite is actually The Godfather.
Neat.
And Stephen has lived with his dad and I and a younger sister all of his life in Irvine, California.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. We only moved once from Woodbridge to Irvine.
Yeah.
And I was actually diagnosed with mosaic Down syndrome.
Neat. Is that different than what you other cast members have, like Megan and Christina and
A little bit. Stephen doesn't have the extra chromosome in all of his cells. That's what the mosaicism is. He only has it in some cells.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull up the trailer for season 3. I can try to do that later. Stephen, we saw in season 2 that you well, one of the things we saw in season 2 was that you play baseball. Well, we might have seen it in season 1. I forgot which season.
I think it's mostly in season 2, right? When you
mostly in season 2. Yeah.
When you played against John's team.
Yeah.
So, do you play baseball in Special Olympics or?
Actually, baseball was actually with a Challenger, not Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Challenger, which is part of Little League.
Yeah. We have that. We have that around here. I have a friend who plays the Challenger baseball here. Yeah.
So yeah, I've been playing that for like 15 years.
15 years.
Yeah, at least. Long time.
Do you still play it?
I do, yeah. In fact, I'm going to be missing my game this week because I'm going to my cousin's graduation.
Oh, neat. And
so the one sport that Stephen has played with Special Olympics is golf.
Yeah, I got started with golf because of Sean from Bornisquay.
Yeah. And you guys both play on the same team?
Well, we have the same coach, Marty.
Yeah.
In baseball, he and Sean are on different teams. They compete against each other.
Yeah, for baseball, yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't keep score, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Score.
Well, everybody wins.
Yeah, everybody wins. Yeah. Yeah,
it's always been like I always like to play first base, and sometimes when somebody wants to play first base, I always have to compete with them.
Yeah. In Special Olympics here in Illinois, I compete in swimming and basketball. Do you play any of those sports as well, or just golf and then the Challenger baseball?
I have known to play other sports: basketball, soccer, swim team.
Awesome. And
but you're not doing those anymore.
No.
He's done all those at different times.
Yeah, at different times. Yes.
Neat. So, let me go back to my questions here. So
we should. I was just going to say we should see if they have Special Olympics swimming.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be a good exercise.
Yeah. Especially for since it's the summer months now.
Yeah, with the summer months, yeah, they probably do. You guys are in Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. OC.
Yep. We'll have to find out what.
Yeah, you have to find out. I was actually born in Long Beach.
Oh, okay.
California.
Okay. We know that area.
Yeah. So now I'm switching gears to talking about the show Born This Way. I thought to kind of kick it off, we could share with the listeners and viewers one of the promos that they have for one of the trailers they have for season 3 that's premiering on May 16th. Actually, when our listeners, well, if they're not tuning in live right now, then when our listeners will get to hear this podcast. But I'm going to show it so you guys can see and our viewers can see, and then our radio listeners can just tune in to the video on SCTV. But I want to remind our listeners that our guests today on the Special Chronicles Show are Stephen Clark and his mom, Claudia, from the Emmy-winning series Born This Way, airing on the A&E network, with season 3 airing on May 16th. That you all should tune in on at 9/8 Central on the A&E network. I just saw that on their on their page. So
Yeah.
yeah, nine, and they're gonna have 2 back-to-back episodes, right?
Correct.
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah, and we found yeah, can't wait. And I found out before we went on the air that you guys, you and your cast members are going to get to see it, to see just the 2 episodes tomorrow, right?
Right. Yep. We have a special screening.
Yeah, and then for all the other episodes, you guys won't see it until it airs.
Right.
That is correct.
Okay, neat. So let us click play and make sure the levels are up, and maybe it's not on. Oh, okay. Let's make sure it's not muted. Let's try that again. And here we go. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and here's the trailer for season 3 of Born This Way.
Yeah, wait for this, y'all.
Beautiful. This is her dream right now, and she's just going with it.
It's like a Cinderella moment.
An apartment is available for Christina.
I don't know. I have to get more independent.
Yo, Cafe.
It's amazing to see John at work. Surprised me.
Woo! Hey,
for Sean to have the opportunity to go full circle and volunteer, it's really awesome.
I'm becoming a new person.
Oh, boy.
You know what? I want to do it. I just broke up with my boyfriend.
Really?
I feel this kind of connection with Steven.
This is the time. I'm gonna ask Megan for the first date. I've seen this in movies, but it's me this time.
This is my year of yes.
Awesome. There was another promo that they had.
Yeah.
But so I'm trying to go back and forth between those 2. But yeah, that's awesome. If that doesn't get all listeners and viewers excited for season 3, I don't know what will. But so that looks like and something that oops. Oh yeah, I am. So I'm posting on our Instagram story to let people know. So something that Megan's mom, Chris, had told us after when we had them on just a couple days ago, that there's going to be a lot of roller coasters in your stories this 3rd season. But first, before we get into talking more about that and a little bit about what we saw in that trailer for season 3, and if I can find the other one, I'll try to whoops, I don't I'll try to play it. But Stephen, how did you first hear about this show, Born This Way?
Actually, it came to me as a surprise, actually. I was just having my pizza with Inspector Gadget 2, and my mom came in with the phone in hand, and it was Barry and Laura on the phone saying that I got the part.
Well, that
Awesome.
was after you had done the auditions. and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. I did the audition first, yeah.
Do you remember how we found out about it in the very beginning?
Oh, yes. Let's see here. How I actually got to the audition was that my job coach / administrator to my acting class, and also my administrator from my job agency found out about it and got in contact with my parents, and I said yes to it. We went up to LA for a day. Even there, I was surprised because they even interviewed my dad.
Neat. And
they filmed all the interviewing, so they got used to being on camera.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was my first.
That was your first time?
Yeah, ever being on camera. Yeah.
Neat. What was that like going to the audition? Was that were you excited or?
Well, I was excited, and I also there was a little bit uncertainty if I was gonna get it or not, but I knew I could do it. They just wanted me to be myself, and yeah,
Neat.
they liked me so much they actually called me up.
And you did one interview that was by yourself talking, right?
Yeah, that
and
was
then
the first
another
one.
was like was the group working together.
Yeah,
and you did activities and
talked about certain things.
talked
Yeah,
about things with the group.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
when I actually found out about Sean, actually, because we actually didn't really meet directly. We were actually had like a lot of coincidences because of baseball and stuff. Like we never even met before.
Yeah, neat.
It was always like through friends and.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been in a lot of the same places, but you'd never actually met.
Yeah.
But you never met. Yeah. So it was neat that. So was it neat that you got to meet, and get to know Sean Moe?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you guys, and then we saw in season 2 that you and Sean shared your own apartment together.
Yes, we did. That was I really liked actually living with Sean for a while, even though he was a little bit bossy.
Yeah.
Was he messy too?
Yeah.
Bossy and messy.
Bossy and messy.
And how are you?
I'm just the guy who actually likes just to do the things that I have to do. The responsibilities of living on your own.
Okay.
Yeah. So, have you always enjoyed acting? Oh, and have you acted in anything before you were cast in the show?
No, I was never really in anything before. At least not as big as Born This Way.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was actually in an acting class, and my friends I met there actually had done some other stuff, and since some of them actually got me into Born This Way by connection, so yeah.
Neat about the connections. So, Stephen, why did you want to be a part of this show on Born This Way? And then Claudia, if you wanted to talk about from your perspective as his mom.
Okay.
What?
Okay, well, I do have a disability. That's one thing that I would have to be a little bit forthcoming about the show Born This Way, because it shows the 7 of us through our lives, actually like going through like the process of getting a job or starting a relationship or.
So you wanted.
So are you saying that like you wanted the world to see those things?
Yeah.
Neat. Yeah. It's really neat that a lot of people get to see that. Something that Megan's mom, Chris, had said.
Yeah, something ordinary, and actually you can see that actually being true.
Yeah, neat, very neat, and something that Megan's mom, Chris, had told us, that someone that she didn't know had told her that this person didn't know that they could have a conversation with someone who has Down syndrome. So, which is really shocking to hear that someone didn't know that they could talk to you, Stephen, and Megan and Sean, and everybody on the show. But you guys are showing everyone, hopefully, of course, in the disability disability community, but also in the mainstream community. Hopefully, you guys are showing people that you guys are still able to talk and hang out with, just like everybody else, right?
And that people with Down syndrome can read and write.
Yeah.
I think that's something that,
Yep.
you show.
And it was actually early on the show that they called me the voice of reason.
Voice of reason. Neat. And do you? Yeah. And you said that you also enjoy movies. Wait, I don't know if you can see. Well, actually, maybe if I tone the screen down a little bit, you can see. So I've got some books up there,
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of see down here. I've got more movies in my living room, but I've got a lot of movies down there too. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to do you watch most of movies on DVDs, or do you also watch it on Netflix, like on?
Yeah, I actually started on DVD and then I got into Netflix.
Neat. So,
yep.
What types of movies and do you like to watch? Adventures or comedies or dramas or?
Mostly, almost everything actually. Horror, drama. Well, especially like drama because that centers on the Academy Awards, and I really like watching that.
Yeah. And then what we'll get to a little bit later in the program about the Academy Awards, something big happened to you guys last fall, with Bone This Way. About at the Emmys, but I'm sure most of our listeners probably already know about that. But in case anyone's just tuning in, well. Yeah, about the Emmy that you guys won. But so I want to remind the listeners that our guest today on the Special Chronicles show, Stephen and his mom, Claudia Clark, from the Emmy-winning docuseries Bone This Way, airing on the A&E network, with season 3 airing on May 16th, 2017 at 8/9 Central. And what do you hope viewers will learn from this, from watching you and your friends on this show?
Well, actually, even from the start, actually, they thought I was a natural, actually, on TV. I guess that kind of appears to like my knowledge of TV and movies, and I kind of was learning, like, maybe just loosen up, I guess, sort of like accept my disability a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I guess that's kind of what you want the viewers to be more comfortable and accepting of people with disabilities.
Yeah.
And I think, that happens when you have more of a relationship with the person. I mean, some people may never have known someone with Down syndrome.
Yeah, and they could be surprised, yeah.
And through watching the show, they feel, like they
do
get to know, the cast members. And
forget all the shows like Game of Thrones or Walking Dead.
Yeah,
but the thing is, those people who actually like watching those TV shows could find that this show has some rawness to it.
Yeah,
and risk taking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is that what we're getting into in season 3?
Well, maybe not. Well, there's a difference between drama and actually violence or language or anything like that.
Okay. Hopefully we don't have any violence in Born This Way.
No, hopefully not have any violence.
But I'm just talking about just the raw emotion.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes, I
yeah,
think we'll have
yeah.
emotions. I
Yeah.
think there'll be emotions.
Yeah.
That's
There
for
will be
sure.
one- Okay. Yeah. So, one of the things I think you said in I want to say it was the first or second episode of the first season, Stephen, is you talked about, and I think this was even the title of one of the first episodes of the first season was titled "Up Syndrome," that you described.
Oh yes.
Down syndrome is Up syndrome. Can you tell us a little bit about why you think of it as Up syndrome? Because I think that's an awesome
Well,
way
there's
to
there's
describe it.
actually a story behind that. Actually, I was going to an event with my mom. One of her friends said, "What do you think about my disability?" And I said, "I don't really think of it as Down syndrome. I thought of it as Up syndrome."
Neat.
And the reason why I think I said that was because I was wanting them to accept me, I guess, to know that I do have a disability, but that doesn't define me.
Yeah. Neat. So, what's been the response when you told people about how you referred to it as up syndrome? What's been that response?
I think just that then people think about the positive aspects instead of the negative aspects.
Yeah, and that was actually evident because of what was going on with Elena in that first episode.
Yeah. Neat.
I think that Up syndrome really helped.
Helped Elena?
Yeah, helped
Elena?
her like have a more of a positive attitude.
Yeah. So how did that feel that you were able to help Elena to have a more positive attitude?
I think it was just joining in that conversation, actually. I used to be antisocial, but I'm glad I spoke up at that moment.
Yeah, neat. And so, why do you feel that Born This Way is an important TV show in the mainstream media? Why do you feel that that it's important because now with season 3 premiering again on May 16th, next week, what do you hope?
Well, I
why do you
got to
feel
say that, yeah, I can say that the story will continue because not only is it like a docu-series, but also it's kind of like our lives.
Your lives,
and that you got to have a narrative. You got to have a story. Like you got to have like a bit of drama, a bit of comedy. So in a way, it's sort of like other TV shows. I remembered my knowledge of reality TV. It was all negative, like from stuff like
well, and I think one of the things that Laura, the executive producer of Born This Way, points out is that the people that are involved with reality TV actually grow personally through the experience. And I would say that that's true of, I mean, I think all the families that are involved with Born This Way would say that it's being on the show has pushed us a little bit to try some different things and to grow personally. Would you say that's true, Stephen?
Yeah. With everybody, I would have to say not only me but also my mom too.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken us out of our comfort zone, and to try some things that maybe we wouldn't have done otherwise.
Yeah.
But
so
back, I would say back to your question about being important to mainstream media. I just think that it's important for all people in society.
Yeah, all people in society, not only people with disabilities, but like the gays of the world.
Right, to have a place on TV and to not only see, to see everybody on TV. So
yeah, neat.
The kids with Down syndrome growing up. Well, it's like when Stephen was a baby. Life Goes On was
with
on
Chris
TV.
Burke, yeah,
and
Chris
it was.
Chris was on this on this
okay.
on the show.
And that was really helpful for me to see some kids with Down syndrome on TV when I was adjusting to the fact that that Stephen had Down syndrome.
Yeah, neat.
Yeah, and I found out about Life Goes On because of this photo I had of me with Chris Burke as a child.
Yeah,
and ever since then I always wanted.
There he's got it.
Yeah, the only season that's actually out on DVD.
We had to wait a long time for it to come on DVD.
Yeah, I know. I know. Me too. Like, probably just like you, Stephen. We were probably waiting a little when it was actually on ABC. So probably your mom probably remembers when it was on TV, but for us to actually see it, we have to wait for it to come on DVD. So I think those, I don't know, was those.
Yeah, during that time, it was DVD, but now since everything is going like a digital.
Digital, yeah. So I don't know how many seasons of that show there are, but
I think there's like 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
So, but so hopefully they can get more of those seasons on DVD.
Yeah, I would like to see those.
yeah, me too. So, but back to Born This Way, and again, our guests today on the Special Chronicles Show are Stephen Clark and his mom Claudia from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way, airing on the A&E Network, with season 3 airing on May 16th. And so you mentioned about it being a reality show, but also having that narrative, and with it being like a documentary of your life, Stephen, and your 6 other castmates. But do you feel like it's a little bit more of like, there's a lot of reality shows, and I don't watch a lot of reality shows, but do you feel like this show that you're on is more of a documentary, and there's maybe some reality elements to it, but because it seems like that it's witty. I know when I've watched season 1 and 2, and now next week I started on May 16th. We'll be watching season 3 along with you guys, but it's really compelling. Like each story, each week, each episode is compelling for the audience to want to be able to tune in. Do you think it's more of a documentary than a?
I think it's more like a reality documentary. Yeah. Because it's not like the typical reality show. Not like Keeping Up with the Kardashians or that Britney and Kevin Federline one.
Yeah.
Because that was actually just because reality was so new.
Yeah.
And that I think with Born This Way, we might hit up into the stratosphere of like maybe making like memorable characters rather than just having the show for like just this one couple or this one famous a celeb.
Yeah. So you and your castmates are really opening people's eyes and minds to not just your lives,
It's for a
but
community,
other,
not just
yeah. So not just your lives, even though that's what people see, but also the tons of other people out there who also have Down syndrome, and also I think
and other disabilities as well.
Other disabilities as well. I was just
And-
gonna say that.
And like we hear stories from people who watch the show who, they see the cast members on the show go to jobs, and maybe some of them are business owners. And they, we heard one story where a man said, "Oh, I never thought about hiring someone with a disability, but someone with a disability could do these jobs that I need in my business." And so it's, just changing the way that people think, and, and so if, more people with disabilities can get jobs as a result of the Born This Way, that would be a great outcome.
Yeah. Awesome. And it seems that jobs kind of ties with, I believe, Bus Buddies is at the show Born This Way. And they're big into their mission is with friendship, jobs, and leadership development.
Right. Right.
And so, do you, Stephen, have you worked with Bus Buddies? I know that Megan had a job at Bus Buddies.
At Bus Buddies. I think you would see a little bit more of that on season 3.
Right.
With Megan.
No, with
you.
Steven's new job.
Yeah, I got a new job. That's going to be on season 3.
And Best Buddies found the job and is helping with the job. So
neat. And
then Steven's also started doing some recreational things with Best Buddies.
Yep.
Neat.
I even have a best buddy, Brendan. So I do things with him.
Yeah, and Brendan, his buddy, was introduced in season 2. And
yeah. So
season 3.
So we'll get to see a little bit.
We'll see if he actually comes back or not.
I don't think he did anything in season 3. Well, he Steven's buddy went on a study abroad trip, so he wasn't available.
Yeah, was it South Korea or North Korea? I forgot.
Yeah. South Korea.
Neat.
So anyway.
Neat. Yeah. So
but some good opportunities.
Yeah, good opportunities. So speaking of, we talked about some of the scenes, but maybe tell us about some of your favorite scenes, Stephen, and then also Claudia, that you guys filmed either in season 1, 2, or now season 3 premiering on May 16th. But either some of your favorite scenes that either that you were in, or maybe from one of your castmates.
What was the most fun filming?
I was going to go into that actually. Okay. I was going to say 3, and maybe you could say 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Say three things. I don't know if I could.
No, 3 scenes.
That's what I mean. 3 scenes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll work on it.
Okay. Let's see here.
Without giving anything away.
Yeah. Yes. I think I would like to stay with seasons 1 and 2.
Seasons 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, some small teasers for season 3.
Yes. Let's see here. 3 scenes. Well, I really like that scene with Rachel at Kern River, actually, because we were talking about fears. It actually all started out because she had a fear of not being with her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and also that she wasn't wanting to be close to the fire as well. And we actually stopped. I actually took her aside. We talked about fears that we both had. And I guess it was surprising to her that she thought I said sex, but I really meant insects.
Like bugs.
Yeah. Yeah, and also heights, which we sort of have the same kind of fear of that.
Rachel has fear of heights?
Yeah, she mentioned that last night.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's one.
Okay, so when you were camping, your conversation with Rachel. Okay.
Yep. There was a scene that I was not in actually that I actually liked. It was the scenes in that bar with Megan and her father, which was kind of different.
Okay.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because I knew from season 1 that there was mention of the father, but not as a direct role. But he actually came in kind of surprising to me.
So you got to meet Megan's father
On the show.
Did you get to meet him?
Right. No, we never know because they filmed all that.
Yeah.
Through the show, you got to meet him.
Through the show,
Yeah.
you got to meet him.
Right,
Yeah.
not in person.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then my third scene, I like to say my favorite is probably the first episode actually, when I actually spoke up about Up syndrome and actually sort of helped Elena.
Neat.
Okay.
Neat.
Okay.
Neat. And Claudia, did you?
Let me think of one.
Yeah.
Well, when they filmed Bike Camp, when Stephen learned to ride a bike, and Megan and Christina were there too.
Yeah, that was
fun. That was fun to watch because they were successful and going around the parking lot fast. So that was fun. And the cameramen had to run around after them.
True, yes. There's a lot of people running.
Yeah.
At least they also showed me actually even fall as well. Not only
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Was that your first time, Stephen, with riding a bike?
I for the show, yes.
For the show, but
I think you might have tried like years ago.
Yeah.
A bike with training wheels, and you never were very successful. So.
But now, and
I guess I started this game up. Yeah.
Yeah, but then this program was this a program that was able to teach you how to ride a bike?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Neat. So that was two scenes you said Claudia, that.
Well, that Bike Camp was the only one I thought that I said so far. Let me think what else.
Bike,
I don't know. There's been lots of different ones that have been fun. I mean, it's interesting when they come to our house to film.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of a specific scene, but it's just kind of different to have all these people arrive at your house and start.
What about that car scene?
Putting up lights and.
Yeah, what about that car scene where it was just the three of us?
And you're talking about
relationships,
wanting to date a girl without a disability, and I asked you how that works for you.
Yeah.
So you like that one? You laughed at that one?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe just like a chuckle or something, but because there was a little bit of some seriousness in that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So. Speaking of the cameras that you said came to your house, but then also you said like whenever you were also either at Leaps and Bounds or on location anywhere, you had a lot of microphones and cameras that were running around and following you guys. Can you tell us a little bit about what was that like to have all of those cameras around you? Like,
well, they had
like two or three cameras.
Well, they had a little like a ghetto in the garage. Like they put all their equipment there. We had to take the car out though.
It's kind of surprising how quickly you become kind of used to having the cameras around.
Yeah.
And you know, the crew that works on Born This Way is just really fabulous. They're fun to be with, and so it's really a positive experience. But you do get kind of used to having the cameras there and having a mic on, and
yeah, they always mic us up. Yeah, they have to like reach down in that shirt.
So
yeah. So did you, when you guys were filming either seasons 1 or 2 or even season 3, did you guys, I know that you guys are under a contract to not tell people about what you guys are filming, but do you guys take any pictures when you guys are filming, or do you guys share any, either like on social media, like on your Facebook page, or with friends and family? Do you guys do that,
They're
or are
pretty
you guys not
discreet
allowed
about
to?
that, actually. I think they just don't want to see
right, yeah,
pictures.
we can't post pictures of things that are filmed.
Yeah.
So,
But then,
so if we post, after it airs, yeah.
After it airs, you can't.
Like,
Okay,
I
but not
do
before.
remember I took a couple pictures of some of the production people, but I kept that a secret. It's only on my phone.
Yeah. The same thing. I was in Washington D.C. last year in an office, and there was somewhere where I wasn't really supposed to necessarily. I didn't know if we had permission to go, but somebody kind of let us in, and so I just kept those pictures on my phone. So yeah. So the same thing with.
Yeah, but I don't even know how to take it off my phone.
Yeah. So now we talked a little about the importance of Born This Way in mainstream media, but about maybe share with us a little bit about your thoughts on importance of inclusion of people with special needs, like yourself, Stephen, and myself, and Megan, and Sean, and so many others. That why is it to have inclusion of us in the mainstream media on shows like Born This Way and Speechless on ABC. I don't know if you guys are watching Speechless on ABC.
Well, I genuinely believe that people with disabilities should not be limited of just being on reality shows, even scripted. Yeah. So, like, I would love to see like a person with a disability on Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead or even a Scandal or something.
Yeah. Speaking of that, so there was a new show. I haven't seen it, but it's called Chicago Justice, and I think it's on NBC. And I've a friend who has Down syndrome that lives near me here, and her name's Bridget Brown. I don't know if you guys have heard of her, but she played, I think, either a secretary or therapist, or on one of the episodes of this show on NBC. So, and I don't think that made a lot of. I didn't see a lot of stories about her being on that show, but do you think that those more media networks that are seeing you and your friends on Born This Way and are able to maybe say, oh yeah, even though this is their life, this is unscripted, but that they can still act.
Yeah.
Do you think that?
Like, yeah. I think they could still act, even in a supporting role. It's just a supporting role.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing more people with disabilities in commercials and print advertisements.
Yeah, even on billboards or.
Yeah.
So the more you see, the more it'll become.
The more you see, the more recognition.
Right.
The more recognition, yeah. And
maybe someday we won't even talk about it being.
So in the
we
shadows,
won't even talk about it because it'll
yeah,
just
like
be
so in the shadows, and then it will
Because-
become mainstream.
right. It'll be so
yeah,
normal.
because it'll just be so normal and mainstream. And speaking of billboards, I think something that when Megan and her mom Chris were on the show, Megan had a chair that with her name on there. I don't know if you guys all got chairs with your
Yep.
name.
Oh yeah, that was
Stephen got a chair.
yeah,
that was from
And-
one of the photo shoots.
yeah,
all
and
7 of us got them.
and they said that there's gonna, I forgot how many billboards that there's gonna be in Los Angeles, but I think that those going to be quite a bit more than you guys had for the first couple seasons.
Right. Last year there was 1, and I think it's 6.
6. And just in Los Angeles, or do you think there's going to be billboards in other cities? Like I'm here in I'm in the suburbs of Chicago, but like in
like Chicago or New York.
Yeah,
Chicago
I only
or New
heard
York.
about it in Los Angeles.
Okay.
We'll let you know if we hear any more. And then they did.
Yeah.
When season 2 aired, they did like window clings on the A&E building in New York City. So not billboards, but the Born This Way picture was on the windows of the building.
Neat.
In New York.
Neat. So those it would be neat to see if they have billboards in other big cities as well.
Or even other countries.
Oh, in other countries, yeah. And
like we even heard that from Mariano, Christina's dad, that is actually that it was actually aired in Spain.
Spain,
yeah, and I think Eleanor's mom said that I think they're also showing it in, is it China or
in Japan?
In Japan, yeah, in Japan. So Japan
the
and
United
Spain.
Kingdom, I think season 1 is shown in the United Kingdom, and then it's shown in some South American countries.
Awesome. So do you now, since we talked, we get our guest today on the Special Chronicles Show, Stephen Clark and his mom Claudia from the Emmy-winning show Born This Way, airing on the A&E network, with season 3 airing on May 16th. That you all should tune in on May 16th at 9, 8 Central. I think that's
yeah, 9, 8 Central.
9, 8 Central, yeah.
Right.
Okay, and but they're gonna have to tune in an hour earlier on May 16th for the first 2 episodes. Is that right?
I don't know for sure, but I think it starts at 9. But it'll go 2 hours. But then I think the next week it's also at 9. But it'll only be 1 hour.
1 hour. Okay.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah, it's just the one Tuesday where it's going to be 9 and 10. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and then it's just going to be.
Yeah. So the picture for this podcast that our listeners or viewers will see on specialchronicles.com is a picture of Stephen, of you and your mom Claudia and your dad Dave with the Emmy that you're holding that you guys won. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience? Last September, I believe, last fall, when you guys
well, we all enjoyed actually driving in the limousine. Yeah, and we were heading towards the Emmys, and one of my favorite moments at the Emmys was not only we won. But also, I got to meet one of my all-time favorite actors, Morgan Freeman.
Awesome. Yeah. He's an awesome actor. What was that like meeting Morgan Freeman? Did you get to take a picture with him or get an autograph?
I just got to shake his hand, actually.
It was when you were backstage.
Yeah.
After you.
Yeah. It was when you're backstage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty exciting.
Yeah. Everybody was all glammed up. I even remembered Chris, Megan's mom's dress. You actually helped her out because one of the strings actually came off.
Yep,
And-
it was an exciting night.
and I think Megan said that she was the first person to come on
To
stage
get up
and
to
then
the stage, I think so.
yeah
Yeah, she was in the front
And-
row in that picture as well, like with her arms up.
Right. And
Yeah.
then
And then who
Rachel
was the-
lost her shoe.
I never heard that before.
Somebody lost their shoe. I don't know if it was
On the stage?
Eleanor. On the way to the stage.
on the way to the
Yeah. So
Neat.
we'll have to look at the picture closely and see who's missing a shoe.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's in the roll.
So-
Press sharp behind your shoe.
Yeah.
But,
So
but we want to go again.
yeah, you want to go get
Now
yeah.
now that we know kind of how the whole Emmy thing is, now we need to go again.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
So
actually win
hopefully-
something. Yeah.
yeah, so we should cross our fingers that hopefully, I don't know when they decide if that's in the fall, because this is going to be airing May 16th, and then for the next.
Right. I think
10 weeks.
they announced the nominees in July sometime, and then the Emmy Awards are the beginning of September.
Okay. And yeah, so we have to keep our fingers crossed and tune in so you guys can get more ratings and more people can watch you.
Right.
Yeah.
We need people who love the show to tell their friends
Yeah.
to tune in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we want
so
to do
all
the
the,
whole work.
so all the listeners, so either listening to the radio show audio podcast right now or viewers, should all go tell your friends.
Yeah, stop what you're doing and start watching Born This Way.
Yeah. No, we're doing, yeah. Pause the podcast or pause the video right now, and go watch Bonus Way, and then come back and listen to Stephen and his mom. So, if you guys were a producer of the show, I think something that I think Chris or Megan talked about was that that they filmed you guys for an entire day, so they filmed all of us, but they might only take 10 minutes to craft the story, like kind of like what you said earlier in the program, Stephen, was they craft a narrative around your story, so they get the highlights for each hour episode. But if you guys will, you Stephen or your mom Claudia, if you guys were a producer of Born This Way, what would you guys do differently, either with season 1 or 2, or now with season 3 coming up? What would you do differently?
Let's see here. I had some interesting things I like to say. One was there were some parts that they didn't even shoot that I kind of was hoping maybe they could show a light on that or something.
Oh, what things?
Like one, the speaking engagement in Orlando between me and Megan.
Okay, the cast went to. Are you talking about the National Down Syndrome Congress convention?
Yeah.
Okay, and they were done filming when that convention happened, so they didn't film anything from it. But you think that would be a good thing to be included on the show?
Yeah. They kind of have like a little bit of some tension with me and Megan, a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and to maybe show kind of what the National Down Syndrome Congress. I've never been to it, but maybe to show the viewers and show people what the Down Syndrome Congress is about.
Right.
And see you guys interacting.
Right.
Speaking of, so that was last July that you went to there?
Yes.
That was another friend of ours who's been on the show, Wob Snow from Stand Up for Downs. You guys know Wob
Was that
Snow?
the guy that we met
There was
there?
He has a podcast.
I think we met him there.
Oh yes, I do remember him.
And we did a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think we met
yeah. Neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes.
I mean, we met so many people.
Yeah,
It's hard to remember back.
Yeah. So
I have a pretty good memory.
Yeah. So that's one thing that you said that you would want them to put in maybe season 3 or whatever for on the show. But is there anything else, Stephen, that you
There
said
was
that you would want?
I've always before every season actually they like to ask the cast of what they would like to see.
Yeah.
And I always actually came up with these interesting ideas. One was kind of like a behind the scenes season, kind of like getting to know the crew a little bit more of how they actually accepted people with disabilities.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the crew doesn't want to be in front of the camera.
Well, I'm talking about just like the main people, like John Murray or Laura or.
Okay, so you want to like behind the scenes, the making of Born This Way.
Yeah.
The making of.
Exactly, those were always my favorite things with Disney movies. Watching those.
Yeah. Do you think maybe like for being an entire season, Stephen, or just for one episode?
Yeah, like an entire season. We could even have like actors who actually have kids with disabilities, like John C. McGinley.
Yeah. So
have like a bit of that story. Maybe even a phone in Chris Birkin or something.
Yeah.
Oh, so incorporate more people with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
Into the storyline.
Yeah.
So I don't know if people have heard, but there is going to be a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
With Down syndrome.
I believe. Yeah, I accidentally played a clip when Megan and Chris were on, and yeah, they told us there's going to be Wacko. Is that his name?
Rocco.
Rocco. Yeah.
Yep.
Does he also live near you guys? Or
yeah, he does. He lives in Orange County.
In Orange County, yeah. So, what's that?
He was featured a little bit of the preview.
Did we see that preview? Or?
Yeah, it was with Sean.
Oh, with Sean.
That wasn't the preview that we watched this afternoon. It's a different preview.
Oh, okay.
And and if people haven't seen it, there was also a video that A&E made for World Down Syndrome Day.
Yeah, I saw that.
That had 7 little kids in it.
Yeah.
Shine your light.
Shine your light. Yeah. On Down Syndrome Day or something like that.
Right. So people can watch that on YouTube. That's a really pretty video that they made.
Yep.
Yeah, that's neat.
And the girls would go cute on it.
The girls would go cute?
Yeah, I mean they would say it's cute.
Oh, it's also kind of emotional.
True. Yeah.
And did you like filming with Wacko, Stephen, or did I think something that Megan said about that I think we saw at the end of the second season that she liked babies maybe it might have been the end of the first season. I forgot exactly which season it was in, but that
right when you babysat at
yes
at the Down syndrome meeting.
So now with going into the third season and with Wacko being I don't know what age he is. Well, we'll probably find out in the third season, but
yeah,
what
that's another way it could go actually. Like since like we are like the one generation, we could actually have the next generation come in, like the kids that we actually inspired being on.
To be on, yeah. Have you talked with including Wacko, which we'll see in season 3? But have you talked to any? Well, you've probably talked to a lot of fans who have seen you on the show. But have you talked to either you, Stephen, or your mom? Have you talked to any young kids and young families who have young kids with Down syndrome? syndrome?
Well, I'm pretty sure at the that conference in Orlando that I talked about.
That's where we met Rocco.
Oh yeah.
We had to go all the way to Florida to meet someone who lives right here near us.
Yes.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
But I think we met a lot of people, younger people with Down syndrome at the conference.
Yeah.
And then we hear things on Facebook and other social media just about how the show is really inspiring to families with younger children with Down syndrome. Because it gives them hope.
Yeah.
And they can think, oh yeah, my child can do these things.
Yeah, and I'm sure when Stephen, when you were growing up, and when you and your castmates were growing up, it probably wasn't that. There's probably been a lot of progress made. Do you think, or do you think? So now, when these young kids are now growing up today, do you think there's been a lot of progress, or do you think there's going to be, once they get to be your age, Stephen, and Megan's age, and Sean's age, do you think?
Well, Sean and Megan are the same age.
Hopefully, I do think that there's more opportunities and more acceptance now, more inclusion. So let's hope that trend just continues, keeps going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neat. Our guest today on the Special Chronicles Show are Stephen Clark and his mom Claudia from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way, airing on the A&E network, with season 3 airing on May 16th. And as we come to a close pretty soon, one of the things that we saw on the show, I forgot if we saw this on the show. You have to remind me or not, Stephen, but that you work. I might have read this in an article, because I try to Google before having guests like yourself on the show. I try to Google people to learn a little bit more about your story, in addition to seeing you on Born This Way. But that was watching Born This Way was an easy way to do research. But so one of your jobs that you have is as a clerk at a supermarket, is that right? And then you're a dishwasher at the Angels games. Do you still do both of those jobs? Or you said that that Best Buddies got you a new job. Do you still have those same 2 jobs?
Actually, it's just the one job right now.
He doesn't do the grocery store or the dishwashing anymore because he has this new job.
Yeah.
I used to wash dishes at a pizzeria near my house, but I only did that for a year. Yeah. So, what?
Yeah. Right after this, I'm gonna get pizza too.
Yeah. So what? Maybe someday we can meet up in person, and then we can all have pizza together.
Yeah.
So, but what did you like about those jobs, and maybe if you want to tell us a little bit about your job now that Best Buddies got you?
Okay. Well, with the Albertsons, the supermarket that you talked about, what I liked about that job was that I get to meet a lot of people. I became more socially active, and they also kept me busy. With the Angels job as a dishwasher, I actually felt like even there I actually had a lot of friends.
Yeah. When he first got to Angel Stadium, each day they served dinner to all the workers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So he got to eat with the people that were the waiters and waitresses. Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the yellow shirts.
The yellow shirts.
Yeah, that's what I like to call them.
So all the employees that were arriving before the game, they all got to eat dinner together. So
yeah,
Stephen enjoyed that opportunity.
And there was a little bit of that in season 1, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah,
They showed a picture of.
Actually, no, there was actually a footage because I was talking about my bike.
Oh, okay.
And then they showed some footage. Yeah. So, and did you and your mom and your dad, did you guys get to, since you worked as a dishwasher at the Angels games, did you ever get to, did you guys ever get free tickets to go see any of the games? Since you like
no,
to play,
but my parents tried to actually go once when I was working, and they were wanted to see where I worked. We couldn't find each other, I guess.
No, we never got tickets. I think it's because Stephen wasn't actually an Angels employee.
Yeah,
he was employed by the company that ran the concessions at the stadium.
Yeah, neat.
So
neat. And then we see a lot in the show about leaps and bounds that you guys
activity center,
the activity center. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because those when I compete in Special Olympics, those special recreation that I compete at. I don't know if it's exactly like that, but like I think we might have some stuff kind of like that, but I don't know exactly. Can you tell us a little bit about the leaps and bounds?
Well, my favorite thing there actually is the trampoline. It's kind of like connected with the floor.
It's the same level as the floor. It's not high up. So it's kind of a special sort of trampoline.
And is this a place where you guys can go to learn life skills, or just to hang out with your friends?
I think both.
I think they do lots of different programs, and they do trips for people with special needs.
So that's the reason why with the Kern.
Right, because it was Leaps and Bounds counselors that did your trip to Kern River, your camping trip.
Yeah, neat. So, and then you said that that you like to watch a lot of movies and that you have a lot of movie binders. Do you, so do you keep a list of all the movies that you watch?
It's actually my inventory, actually. I have it by year, alphabetical by year, and I have 2 binders, actually, the white binder and the blue binder. And now there is a difference.
Right.
The white binder is movies I have seen. The blue binder is actually movies I want to see.
Neat. And are you always adding to for both new movies and old movies?
Yes. Every New Year, I actually make a list of the movies I have seen for the white binder and movies that I haven't seen for the blue binder.
Neat. So, you mentioned earlier on the program that you shared an apartment with Stephen. I made that a note, but we already talked about that. I'm just going in the order of my notes here, but. So on your Facebook fan page, I think it said that you had over 12,826 likes. So people that follow you on there.
You probably didn't even know that.
Nope.
Yeah. What did you think of? Did the producers create these for you guys, or did your mom create this for you, or what?
Well,
I did. I created Stephen's fan page. Yeah.
And Stephen, since I guess you just found out that you have over 12,000.
Well, I have 2 Facebook accounts, actually. One for myself and then the Bonus Way one.
Right.
Okay. Well, for the Bonus Way one, what did you think of that you have over 12,000 people that over seasons 1 and 2 have come to follow you, and now I'm sure for season 3 now with you being on this program, and now also season 3 premiering, you're probably going to get more fans. But what do you think of that you have tons of people?
12,000 is a pretty big number.
Yeah,
that's
like
a pretty big
there
number.
was a time that me and Sean were discussing as like a competition, sort of like how many fans we have.
Yeah, I didn't look at his number, but yeah. So and then the Orange County Weatherstone news that's your local newspaper, the Orange County Weatherstone. In 2016, they named you as the most influential person for 2016.
Right. They had a listing of, I think it was 100 influential people.
Yeah. And what was it like, Stephen? Claudia. What was it like to?
I did not know there was a list. Did it include other actors?
No, it had people in all different kinds of walks in life.
Okay.
If you want to see the newspaper article, it's right over there on the shelf.
Like it would be interesting to see like who I'm like compared with.
Yeah.
Well, I think it wasn't really comparisons because they were people from very different walks of life.
Yeah.
But the man who wrote the article had interviewed Stephen twice before.
Yeah.
So he's the Orange County culture and TV and movie reporter.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he saw you, Stephen, on. Did he see?
Well, we actually know someone that one of our neighbors is a relative of his. And she told him about Born This Way. And then when he watched it, he decided, oh, I think I want to, do a story about Stephen.
Neat.
So he did one story about Stephen. And then the week of the Emmys, he did a story about the 3 cast members that are from Orange County.
Orange County. So that's
yes.
Sean.
So that's Sean, Rachel, and Stephen. So Orange County is the county south of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then he decided that Stephen should be in this list of influential people.
Neat. So if you guys could pitch an idea to your producers, you mentioned some of the ideas that you would want if you were the producer, that you would want them to film you and show you. But if you could pitch them an idea of either you, like, of what you're doing right now, appearing on this program on Special Chronicles, and other media platforms as well, would you, Stephen, pitch them in idea to work with other media platforms, in sharing the message of inclusion and sharing your stories on not just on Born This Way, but also with other platforms as well?
I would love to see that if they could probably have a bigger budget than actually work with the lawyer, because the one thing that they don't like is actually labels.
Who doesn't like labels?
The production people. Like, I'm talking about, like, if they're okay with actually having like ABC or WB or
with the different companies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of what you're saying.
Like, they have to get permission.
The producers do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's always, there's always a lot of legal aspects to what they do. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Like,
right.
I would love to see that actually, like, having a little bit more leeway into other companies.
Companies. So like,
if somebody wants to be included in other stuff, that they don't have to be limited by other companies and competitive companies and.
So like what you're showing, like what we were talking about with Chris Spoke and Life Goes On, like if you will, for example, if you and your castmates will watch an episode of Life Goes On and they filmed you for Born This Way, or if you guys were watching or listening to an episode of Special Chronicles, like, are you saying that you want to see more of stuff like that of you guys watching those clips, or for them to,
Or you kind of say, like, I know one of the things that's been talked about is because Stephen loves movies so much, he's like, well, can you film me going to see a movie and put that, incorporate that into the show? Well, you can't do that because of the, copyright and, things about movies. And the same thing with music. Stephen sometimes has wished, like at a dance that was being filmed, they would do different music. Well, there's, legal aspects to what music you can use.
Even Laura expressed this, but she doesn't even like the music that's already on there.
And there's a cost involved if you're, using hit songs.
Yeah.
On a TV show. So that kind of what you're talking about?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys
financial and legal aspects.
There is a financial and the legal, but also there's kind of like, you don't want to say like you're not even limited, but also that of pop culture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you shouldn't like say like, oh, there's a financial stuff like that, like you have to worry about, but also it is a hit song. Other people actually hear it, not just people with the disabilities.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. So and
it's kind of like, I want to include these songs because it is pop culture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
speaking of
to reach out to other people.
Reach out to them. Yeah. Speaking of that, what you said, kind of going off of that, the film Chloe's Hollywood. I don't know if you guys know Brian Donovan.
Yes, we went to a screening of Kelly's Hollywood.
Yeah, I know that he talked a lot about that same thing with the music and with like playing other movie clips and stuff. I actually co-hosted a screening here in the Chicago premiere of his film with a couple of my former high school teachers and with some groups here. We actually brought Brian out here to Chicago to show the film. And so you guys got to meet Brian and see his film?
Right. And then he also was at that Down Syndrome Congress convention that we were talking about.
Yeah, he hosted one of the segments of that.
Right. He was the moderator for a panel discussion that the Born This Way cast did. He did a great job. He's a great guy.
He's like someone I could go to for advice.
So if Brian is listening or watching to this podcast now, what did you enjoy about either meeting him or watching his film Chloe's Hollywood?
Well, I was gonna go into that because I'm very into independent films. It's like these films need to get a wider audience. Even Born This Way, like just the recognition alone. I think that people like Brian Donovan, who actually like had a story to tell, and actually to say that, hey, I have a sister with a disability. I'm gonna make a film about her life.
Yeah, neat. And Claudia, what did you like about?
Well, I mean, Brian's super positive, super energetic. He did a really good job. The panel discussion that he was the moderator for the audience was siblings of people with Down syndrome. And so obviously, Brian had insight into that, being a sibling. And I just thought he related to all the young people really well.
Yeah.
So,
like, if there was ever like a special moment for Born This Way, like siblings, he could definitely host that.
Yeah.
Okay. and I think that's a topic we were talking about things we might like to see on the show. They've talked about doing more things with the siblings of the cast members, and sometimes just the logistics.
Yeah.
Haven't worked out. The siblings aren't all available at the same time.
Yeah.
Steven's sister doesn't live in California.
No.
So it's hard for her to be here. When they come up with an idea they want to film, it doesn't always work out for all the siblings to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least she got to be in the show, though.
Yep, she got to be filmed one time.
She got to be filmed. So speaking of siblings, and your sister, Stephen, when you, Stephen, and your mom and your parents, when you guys told your sister that you were going to be on this TV show, on this show, what did she think of?
I'm gonna let my mom talk about this, though. I don't even.
No. Yeah.
I don't really remember her expressing opinion. I mean, at the very beginning, I don't think anyone in our family thought it would be what it's become.
Yeah.
I think, like, when we started, we were like, oh yeah, they're going to film 6 TV episodes. And, I don't know, not very many people will watch it and it'll just go away, I think.
Yeah. That's kind of what I thought too, when because one of my friends, Georgia, her mom actually told me about the show, and that's what I thought too. That it wasn't going to be as big as.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot about television production and stuff, but I know more now. But when we started, I never ever thought about there being a season 2 until very close to the end of season 1 filming. I mean, I just never, it's like, oh, season 2? So just the fact that it's become what it is, I'm sure Steven's sister probably didn't think it was going to be much either. And that time she was very busy with her own things. She was in graduate school, and then not being here, we would tell her about things with filming the show, but she didn't really experience it. So I'm glad she was here that one day and got to, meet the crew and be involved in the filming, so she could kind of see what it's like.
Yeah, and has she watched you, Stephen, on the show? Or?
Yeah, I think it's a different time for her in Iowa.
She watches all of it.
Yeah.
So
neat. Neat. And I'm sure, like you said, that you're going to your cousin's graduation party. I'm sure the your family have seen it too.
Yes, all of our family, I think, are very big fans. And then we go to some family gatherings, and like Steven's the star, like his aunt says, oh, my friends are here, all my friends from work, and they want to meet you. Right?
Yes.
So.
that never even happened, actually.
It's like they're like, oh, you have a celebrity in your family.
Neat. Well, going back to that, over 12,000 fans. I'm Stephen. Then, that's probably something that you never would have thought, that people, even in your own family, and probably 12,000 more people as well, but that you never would have thought that people would think of you like Morgan Freeman, that you were just talking about, that you got to meet, is a celebrity, but now you're a celebrity as well.
Well, I have a lot of favorite celebs. Morgan Freeman was one of them, but he was the one that I ended up seeing.
Yeah.
And actually meeting too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, as we come to a close, I believe, I think Christina's dad, Emiliano had said that there's a teacher's edition on DVD for season 1, and I'm sure season 2 will come out on DVD. But do you guys know? I mean, I know, and I'm sure many people know where they can watch seasons 1 and 2, and now with season 3 premiering. But do you know where people can watch either on DVD or stream or?
Okay. Well, my understanding is that you can buy season 1 on DVD at Amazon, and I think it varies the status of streaming the other episodes. Sometimes they're available on A&E's website.
An app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For everybody, and other times I think you have to have a cable provider in order to have access to them.
Yeah.
I would check.
Yeah.
I hope they do go on DVD and also maybe even Netflix.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that would.
It'll take a while.
Yeah, I know. I don't have that cable network A&E, but I know I've been. I think the next day after it airs, I've been able to watch it on the app. So.
Right, and then but it's a limited time, right? And then they.
Yeah. It's a limited time. Yeah.
So got to watch it right away.
Yeah, you've got to watch it right away. But then, like you, Steven, said, hopefully then once it's on DVD, more people will be able to watch it as well. Any social media plugs for the show Born This Way, or for yourself, Steven, for the show?
Well, Steven's fan page on Facebook is Steven from Born This Way.
Okay.
So people can
do a search
there and like his page, and when we know anything updates, we post it there.
And if any comments, my mom will come to dinner with those, and I'll hear them.
And you hear
from
those
her.
comments from people.
Yep, we may not be able to reply to everything, but we read what
other people say.
Writes,
Yeah.
And then A&E. What's A&E's page? Born This Way on A&E?
Born This Way on A&E.
Born This Way
on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's where like the trailers and I try to share those on Steven's page, but that's where they post trailers and other information about the show.
Yeah. We'll put all those links on specialchronicles.com for episode 246. And I've been trying to share some of the trailers too on our Special Chronicles page, as well as my personal page as well, at Podman Dan, or at Special Chronicles. And if any of our listeners want to join the conversation, you can email us an audio file email to feedback@specialchronicles.com, feedback@specialchronicles.com, or on social media at Special Chronicles on Facebook, or at Special C Podcast on Instagram or Twitter. And make sure you leave us your reviews on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher, wherever you listen to us. Is there anything else, Steven, that about the show or any of the scenes that you wanted to talk about for coming up for season 3?
I guess the only thing I like to say is that for that idea I had a great title for that season, actually. Hollywood Goes Disabled.
Hollywood Goes Disabled.
That's all I have to say.
That's an awesome for what, for one of the episodes or for the whole season, Steven?
That season that I talked about, yeah.
Oh, for that season, well, yeah. For the behind the scenes season, yeah. Hollywood Goes Disabled. That's a good title. So hopefully, if the producers are listening to us right now, then maybe they can help to make that happen. I think
they can put me in the interview chair so I could interview the people.
Oh, you want to be the interviewer?
Yeah.
yeah, that would be neat. If you ever if you ever want practice interviewing people, you're always welcome to record interviews for us here on Special Chronicles.
That's cool.
If you ever wanted to.
That'll be interesting.
that voiceover that you heard at the beginning of the show, a friend of mine who has Down syndrome actually does that voiceover for us. So,
hey, that's
awesome.
pretty interesting.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts, Stephen and Claudia, on your overall time here today on Special Chronicles that you want to share with the listeners?
I don't have anything to you.
No, I just think season 3 is going to be. Well, you said Chris said it was going to be a roller coaster. I think I probably would agree with that. There's going to be a lot happening. So everybody needs to watch it and enjoy it, and and then hopefully we'll be making a season 4.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and something at the very end of the program that Megan said that she wanted people to, I think, tweet Bonus Way on Twitter. I think she said that she wanted people to talk about, to send you guys comments when they're watching. I think,
when they're watching, there's usually a lot of conversation on Twitter while when the show's airing.
Awesome. So we'll have to have you back on the show again, or hopefully we can meet up in person someday.
Okay, sounds great. It's nice chatting with you.
Yeah. So our guest today on the Special Chronicles show has been Stephen Clark and his mom Claudia from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way. I own on the A&E network, with season 3 airing on May 16th. So you all should tune in. Thank you again, Stephen and Claudia, for taking the time to come on the Special Chronicles show.
Thank you, Daniel. It was fun.
Yeah. Nice to meet you too. Maybe we could definitely meet in person.
Yeah, definitely meet in person. So until whoa, what happened there? Until next time, take care and God bless.
Okay.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
And I'm going to stop the audio, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the video so those of you guys can all tune in to specialchronicles.com.